Hello YouTube, it's Tony. So today I'll be showing you a 1 to 99 divination guide for 2018. What I'll be showing you are the fast and AFK methods. I will also be showing you the D&D based methods as well. Here are the basics of divination training. Of course, most of us do know this by now, but trust me, there are several pre-EOC returning players, or possibly even new players as well. The divination wisp will roam in colonies across the Runescape world. You're just gonna click and harvest them. You'll then receive energies and either regular or enriched memories. Now each wisp will last you a few seconds to 1 minute long before it finally depletes. When your inventory is full, you can deposit this to any divination rift nearby. You want to toggle the left click option, and I highly suggest the third option, which will give you the most XP. I'm not going to cover the other options because the XP per hour is slower. The enriched memories will also give you more XP per deposit. You're just going to keep repeating the same process. Now there is a small chance a Chronicle fragment will spawn. You want to catch this and you'll get some Hunter XP. You can also turn this in for Divination XP. I'll explain a little bit later on this. Every 20 minutes, an enriched one will spawn. It will guarantee you enriched memories. Now if your inventory is full, this will instead absorb the regular memory and then it will convert this to enrich. Here are the XP multipliers. Now there are definitely more to list, but these are the most common XP multipliers that I know of. Let's get into the most useful unlocks and items for divination. I'll start with the Diviner's outfit. It will give you 6% more divination XP, and it's obtainable from Guthixian Cache D&D. I'll explain a little bit later how this D&D works. There is also the modified Diviner's head, which is obtainable from Guthixian Cache as well. By right-clicking this, you'll get 3 Chronicle fragments for free every day. When you're weaving something, there's a 5% chance you can save energy. The Elder Divination outfit. How to obtain this? Well, there are 2 different ways. The first way is from Treasure Hunter, which there are no requirements for that. The second way to obtain them requires 70 divination, in which case you're going to get the fragments for that. It will require 80 divination and 20 invention if you want to craft them into pieces. The Chronicle, the Energy, and the Memory outfits all have the same effects. By combining all 3 of them, you'll form what is called the Elder Divination outfit. Instead of 5%, the above effects are bumped to 7%. When you're harvesting, there's a 5% chance to get 5 times the energy. Here are the Divination Urns. Each of them will have a crafting level requirement in order to make. The requirement can be assisted, so don't worry about it if you don't have it. By harvesting and depositing memories, it will fill the urns. The level tier of the memories and energy will cap at a certain tier based on whichever urn you're using. Whenever an urn is full, you can automatically teleport it. You'll get XP for teleporting this, so essentially it's a 20% XP boost overall. The Urn Enhancer is unlocked by completing the Nomad quests. You must construct this via invention. Basically, it will boost teleporting urns XP by 25%. Energy Boons. You will get a permanent effect from weaving its respective energy. After unlocking this, you will get 10% more energy and 10% more XP. This only happens when you're converting this from memories to energy, or even memories to XP. So this is a table for how much energy is required. Feel free to pause the video, because I'll be moving on. The next useful item are the Summoning Familiars. The first one is the Nightmare Muspa. It will act as a Divination Beast of Burden, storing you 32 memories. There's a 5% chance of harvesting 4 times the energy. It will also give you a plus 3% chance of enriched memories. The next familiar is the Light Creature. Basically, there's a 10% chance you can instantly convert the memories for XP when you're harvesting. You can also use the Enlightenment Scroll, and this will last you 6 minutes at a time. Instead of being 10%, it will be increased to 50%. So the Extreme Divination Potion. Yes, this is a new potion from the player-owned farms. It requires 89 herb lore. While the potion itself is untradeable, but the ingredients to make them are actually tradable. Similar to overloads, the level boost will last you 6 minutes. The maximum boost at level 99 is plus 17. Based on your divination XP and corresponding level, here is the full boosting chart. The Memory Crushing Scrimshaw requires 70 divination. It will last you 3 hours each. There's a 15% chance you can convert a memory instantly, just like the Light Creatures. For the superior version, it's actually untradeable. However, the effect is bumped to 20%, and this time it will last you 4 hours. Since they do stack with Light Creature, by combining both of them, you'll get a really nice boost. The next useful item is the Energy Gathering Scrimshaw. Just like the Memory Crushing Scrimshaw, it requires 70 divination, and will last you 3 hours each. The only difference is that there's a 15% chance you can gather double the energy. The superior version, once again, is bumped to 20% and it will last you 4 hours each. The effect does stack with all other boosts. Here are the Memorial to Guthix perks. Now, these are the best perks I would suggest using for when you're training Divination. Unfortunately, I'm not going to cover much on this section. However, there is definitely more info on the wiki for this matter. The last set of useful items are the things that boost your enrichment rate. The first one is the Enrichment aura, the second one being the Skill Choppas, and finally the third one is the Prism of Dowsing. Now that I've talked about the useful items, here are the training methods. The first training method is the Guthixian Cache. Yes, I highly recommend this method because it's one of the most efficient ways to train Divination, trust me. It's a daily D&D that will spawn at the top of every hour. I strongly suggest you go to an empty world. You can enter from any Divination Rift. You can do one of two things, either transform the crests and then subdue the automatons, or you can deposit the memories. Especially for low and mid levels, the best points are to transform the crests and then subdue them. Of course, the only real issue is that there is a 1 minute cooldown, and you gotta compete with others, so at high levels, depositing memories not only becomes easier, but also faster. Using Bladed Dive and Surge makes this even more optimal. You can get 100 points per game maximum, or 200 points per day. Yeah, I know it only gives you 146.8k XP per day at level 99, but I'm telling you, it only takes you under 10 minutes to complete 2 caches, especially if you're high level. While caches are a little bit hard to learn at first, but I do have a Guthixian Cache strategy, and I will leave the link in the description. From 1 to 20, you're going to be doing Tales of the God Wars Dungeon 2 mini-quests. There are no requirements to start. In order to get there really fast, just use your Amulet of Glory, then go to Al-Kharid. From there onwards, just keep going south, then take the Magic Carpet to Narda. I mean, you can use the Al-Kharid Lodestone otherwise if you don't have that. Anyways, go southwest outside the God Wars Dungeon 2 entrance, and then you can start the mini-quests. So you'll receive 4 chapter books. The next thing you're going to do is go to Incandescent Divination Colony. Use your Ring of Dueling to Castle Wars. Then you're going to go south and keep going west. You can otherwise use the Yanil Lodestone. You're going to collect 20 blue memory fragments in order to fill chapter 1. You do not have to worry about the other books, so go ahead and destroy them if you like. You can get to level 20 in under 3 minutes. You see, it's really fast, in fact even faster than regular divination training. From 1 to 99, here are the regular divination training methods. Now, I'm only going to cover this briefly, so I would try my very best to avoid that. Believe it or not, it's actually much slower than training divination elsewhere. What I'll be listing are the level requirements, the wisp location, and the XP per hour. From 65 to 75, you're going to be doing the Empty Throne Room. This requires the dig site quest complete. It's located east of the dig site. You can get there directly from using a dig site pendant. Here's how it works. You want to withdraw crystals from the storage bin near the entrance. You're then going to transmute them to any color. By transmuting this to the empowered color, you'll actually get more XP. In other words, just change which color you're transmuting as you go along because that will give you the maximum XP. The XP you get for depositing is the same regardless of whether it's empowered or not. It's more AFK than regular divination training. Unfortunately, you can only get a total of 800k XP before you're not allowed to do this activity anymore. From doing this, you'll get 65k divination XP per hour. From 75 to 77, you're going to be doing Fate of the Gods quests. I know a lot of you hate questing, but this one will give you 100k divination XP for completing. After the quests, you can get 200k more XP when you have obtained 4 Elder Chronicles. I believe it took me about 1 hour to complete this quest on my Iron Man. From level 70 to 99, this is the new training method for divination. It is located in the Memorial to Guthix site. You're going to use your memory strands teleport from your currency pouch, then jump down the pool. You're then going to grab a lot of empty jars on the east side. You'll then fill the jars by clicking either the core or the regular memories. Unfortunately for this activity, you won't get any energies or memories. Ideally, if you have level 81 divination and you have an extreme divination potion, I highly suggest you boost that, so that way you can access the tier 95 memories. The Elder Divination outfit and the Energy Gathering Scrimshaw also help here as well. I would only go after incandescent or luminous memories around the room. Preferably, you want to use Bladed Dive and Surge, and of course, use Mobile perk if you have that unlocked. Each memory will last you 24 seconds. There is a way to train faster here, and that is by using the 2-tick method. As soon as you see the XP drop near the top, you're going to click to harvest again. It does take a while to get used to it, but trust me, it's definitely well worth it if you want to train this faster. When all the jars are full, you can empty it in the crater north. This is actually where most of the XP comes into play. There's also the core memories, which will last you 2.5 minutes instead. The jar filling rates are the same as the regular memories. The only difference is that it's meant for AFKing. The only types you should go after are sword or crest if you're a high level player. As for the rest of them, well, you should just ignore them because the jar filling rates are really low. We have another distraction and diversion, and those are called memory fragments. Sometimes they will spawn randomly across the room. You'll get 500 XP for catching them, so essentially it's well worth catching them if you do see them. You can get up to 360k XP per hour from this. If you were to AFK, it's around 240k XP per hour, which in turn is 1.5 times slower. I do have a full 1 hour footage of this, and I'll leave the link in the description. At level 95, you can try the Ancestral Energies. It's a really AFK method here. If you don't have 95, you can boost it from as low as level 81, that is if you use an extreme divination potion. The location is in the Ark Uncharted Isles. Preferably, you want to flag a large island with at least 2 colonies daily. Every time you harvest, it will last you 5 minutes per wisp. The other cool thing is that there is a buff bar that indicates the timer. You can get 160k XP per hour from this. It can be bumped further to 310k XP per hour if you were to do the daily contracts. Now, I do have a full guide explaining all this, and I will leave the link in the description. Weaving Cursed Energy. You can technically do this from level 1, however, the low level energy is really cheap that you get out of this. Because of this, I highly recommend level 95 or higher divination. You can also boost it from 81 if you have an extreme divination potion. It can be done anywhere, meaning that there is no banking required. The profit loss will vary, so you better check the prices first. Luckily, we do have a place that sells them in bulk, and that is in the skilling supplies section of the Runescape forums. Regardless of what level you are, you'll get 240k divination XP per hour. Now, I do have a 1 hour footage of me weaving, and I will leave the link in the description. The Protean Memories are obtainable from Treasure Hunter. Just like Cursed Energies, you can actually weave them anywhere you want. The only difference is that it's much more AFK than Cursed Energies. It's slightly faster than regular divination training. At level 95 or higher, you'll get up to 160k XP per hour. Last but not least, we have handing in the Chronicle Fragments. Like I said, they're obtainable from regular divination. You can also get them from the modified Diviner's Head, which will give you 3 of them per day. Before you hand them in, I highly suggest you complete the World Wakes quest, because this one will give you the full amount of XP. As you can see right here, I'm actually handing this in, and I have stocked up on 400 plus of these, like every single day on my Iron Man account. So yes, the XP is really amazing when you get a lot of these at once. In conclusion, the Guthixian Caches are still the most efficient way to train divination, even though it does offer you less XP per day. I mean, I got 99 divination on my Iron Man account, and I did caches like what, 95% of the time maybe? Either way, just choose which method's right for you, and best of luck training divination. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I will definitely be doing more 1 to 99 guides in the future.